Flat Gaming, we have a couple of people that cover the history of games and bring them back to life, such as Night Dive Studios, do things like System Shock, whether it be fixing it up for modern PCs or modernizing it and bring us a new version. Doom 64, Turok, Blood, loads of them. And then there's also people like CD Projekt Red owned, GOG.com as well, that do great stuff. They just actually put on Alpha Protocol, if you remember that one. Now I know what you're thinking at this point, thinking, what's this got to do with VR, Integer? Well, all of this reminds me to say what Impact Reality is doing with Flat to VR Studios is similar to what Night Dive and GOG do for retro, making retro work in the modern times. These guys are taking games that are flat and turning them to VR. At least that's the plan, and got me excited. I think it'd be interesting to you guys as well. So let's read the article and kind of tie all this in there. So Impact Reality, the VR publishing and marketing firm, announced it's formed a studio dedicated to porting flat screen games to VR. I feel like I said it wrong. Porting flat screen games to VR. Did I say it right? Anyway, called Flat to VR Studios, the venture is aimed at merging traditional video games with immersive VR experiences. It's set to engage leading developers from the VR modding scene to create officially licensed VR adaptations of popular flat screen games. Flat to VR community has proven there is a tremendous appetite to experience cherished games in an entirely new way with virtual reality, said Elliot Tate. That's not me, that's Elliot that said that, even though I'm saying it, but he said it, not me. I'm just quoting him. We're thrilled to work directly with the best developers to create official high-quality VR versions of hit titles available directly on VR storefronts such as MetaQuest, PlayStation VR 2, and Steamio. That sounds good to me. Flat to VR Studios is partnered with Team Beef. I love that name, Team Beef. We should get these a little bit zoomed in more for you guys as well if you want to read along. Team Beef, known for bringing retroactive VR support for games such as Doom, Doom 3, Quake 3, the original Half-Life. They got a VR for original Half-Life, and Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Wow. Led by Tate, the studio includes VR porting veterans Kabbalistic and Ratsipata as our usernames, right? Renowned for their VR, or studio names, I guess. Renowned for their VR adaptations of games like Half-Life 2 and Outer Worlds, respectively. Outer Worlds is that game that gave me real kind of weird water vertigo terror shakes. Anyway, that's another thing, no one cares about that. The studio is currently working on an official VR port of a still undisclosed game, which is slated to release in late 2024, early 2025 on major VR platforms. Is this exciting? Is this not exciting? I think this is good. This is what we need. This could be the Night Dive Studios or the GOG of VR, and I'm all for it. I'm happy about it. Are you guys excited about it? And more importantly, well, not more important, but equally importantly, what games would you guys like to see made into an official VR version, licensed and horrific? If you could have any game, free games that you'd love to see turned into VR. Now I might have to pause and think for a moment if I could come up with three. Let me think. Well, one I would probably say is the original Deus Ex, or any Deus Ex games would be amazing actually. With Deus Ex, let me think of another one. Heck, Dragon's Dogma 2, first person in VR. Even though I haven't even played that one yet, I'm still working on the first one. That'd be cool though. Let me think of another one. Let me think. I know Prey 2017, I think it was, had a VR mode, I think, but that was for the sub game. Maybe an entire campaign official VR version of something like Prey. So I could think of the top of my head without pausing. But you guys have got way better ones, so share them in the comments below. Let me know if you're excited about this. I know I am. And don't worry, I've got you guys. I know what you're thinking. What would Lily pick as her free games to turn into officially licensed VR versions? Lily, hit us with it.
Oh, what a thrilling idea to bring flat games to VR. It's like giving them a whole new dimension of coolness. Let's see, for my top 3. First up, I'd absolutely love to see The Witcher 3 with its rich world and storytelling. Then, imagine sneaking around in Dishonored with VR's immersion. And lastly, Final Fantasy VII. Getting to see Midgar in VR would be like a dream.
Wow, she actually came up with 3 games and they were pretty good ones. I've trained her well. Interesting bunch of games there, Lily. Interesting. Okay, Lily, I think it's time to give our beautiful viewers and listeners, and even the not so beautiful ones because we're inclusive, a XR VR tip of the week.
For this week's VR XR tip, let's talk about the play space. Ensure your area is clear of furniture or obstacles before diving in. A dedicated VR mat can be a great cue for staying centered and safe in your virtual world. And always recalibrate your boundary system to match your current play space for each session. Safety first makes for uninterrupted fun.